This is the Behind the Line podcast. This is Pacific Northwest headline news in 3 minutes for Wednesday, March 30th, 2022. On Monday, Everett Police Department held a memorial for the officer killed in the line of duty. Officer Dan Rocha was shot and killed on Friday afternoon. 50-year-old Richard James Rotter from Eastern Washington was approached by the officer when he saw him moving guns from one vehicle to another. They got into a wrestling match where Rotter pulled a gun and fired twice into Rocha's head and then ran over him with his vehicle. He was arrested a short time later. Rotter has a lengthy criminal history, including convictions or adverse findings for 18 felonies, 12 gross misdemeanors, and 11 other misdemeanors, according to the Washington State Patrol. He's been in prison 6 times. He was not on community custody anymore. Please explain to me why this man was roaming the streets of Washington. His bail's been set at $5 million. Luckily, he wasn't being held in King County because he'd probably be out again. Portland Looney Tune Commissioner Joanne Hardesty is on the hook for outstanding credit card debt. Bank of America sued Commissioner Hardesty after she failed to pay $16,000 in overdue debt and fees. Neither Hardesty nor an attorney representing her appeared in court to settle the suit, so a circuit court judge issued default orders. Hardesty said she plans to pay and has already reached out to the bank's attorney. Hardesty, as commissioner, approves the city's budget along with the rest of the council. These are the kind of people running our cities. And this story from California. A California man who kidnapped 26 children on a school bus in 1976 and buried them alive was recommended for parole. Frederick Woods was one of 3 gunmen who hijacked a school bus with 26 kids and their driver. The men transferred the driver and children to vans and drove them 12 hours before they were buried alive in an underground truck trailer. They managed to escape while they were sleeping, dug their way out. Woods' attempted parole 17 times was granted a recommendation by a panel of 2 commissioners during his 18th attempt this year. The full parole board, the board's legal division, and Governor Newsom still need to approve the recommendation. Are you kidding me? This guy should never get out. He read an apology for the mass kidnappings Friday. I've had empathy for the victims, which I didn't have then, he said. I've had a character change since then. There are just some things you should never, ever get out of jail for, and this is one of them. And also in California, one of the most far-reaching vaccine bills introduced in the California legislature this year will not move forward as planned after the proposal to require all workers to be inoculated against COVID-19 was shelved on the eve of its first hearing. Citing improved pandemic conditions and opposition from public safety unions, Assemblymember Buffy Wicks, Democrat, Oakland, said she would hold Assembly Bill 1993, which would have required employees and independent contractors in both the public and private sectors to be vaccinated as a condition of employment, unless they have an exemption based on a medical condition, disability, or religious beliefs. Well, there's a little bit of common sense there. This has been Pacific Northwest Headline News in 3 minutes. For more, visit BehindTheLinePodcast.com. Thanks for listening.